Hi, I'm Ji Shen with the HoverCam. Today I'd like to introduce the Neo 3, our newest model. 2 years ago we introduced this concept of HoverCam, which really leveraged the PC or a Mac's processing power to digitally process images so that you can achieve high level of zoom without the expensive optical components. And we have continued that technology, and we have continued to develop newer models. We first came out with the HoverCam T model, which is something like this, and later on in the year of 2010 we made this telescopic. Today the T has basically no latches anymore. You can just pull it out and extend this to the right angle and shoots down on a document. And when you press this button, this T can telescope down to any position and it stops there so that it captures a steady image. However, the T still does not give you all the degrees of freedom, and so that's when we start to look at Neo 3. When we designed the Neo 3, we wanted to have two cameras. The second camera is actually in this little window, looks through. When it's fully closed, it still can function just as a webcam by itself when it's connected to a PC or a Mac. But mechanically, the structure has a lot more flexible constructions that can allow you to position the document camera at various angles, shooting at objects in virtually any direction that you desire. It's got a manual focus lens which you can adjust, which has some advantage comparing to autofocus. The second camera can pull out and it can shoot at the presenter or shoot at the classroom, capturing the reaction of the audience. We had a Kudos model in the past which has a second camera, but it wasn't really fully adjustable. But this one, it is adjustable, shooting at virtually any direction. The mechanical structure also allows you to fully lower this to a position so that the camera lens is very close to the object, so that it almost achieves about 3x mechanical zoom or optical zoom. The stand can tilt forward. You can also let it, point at an object at a very close-up range, so that object can be very clear. Combined with the digital zoom on a PC, we can achieve about something around 40 times zoom without the expensive optical zoom lens assembly. When this is fully closed, this document camera can be just folded like this. I like to point out when this is put at the right angle, this camera can be flipped up so that you can shoot at a whiteboard, and for certain application scenarios you could be capturing the whiteboard, whatever is being written up there. Next, I'd like to connect this up to a TV without a computer. The unique features about Neo 3, aside from the mechanical structures with more degrees of freedom, is that it's got two simultaneous outputs, and they're symmetric in the sense that both output, one is VGA, one is USB 2.0. Both are very compatible, widely compatible with virtually any TV or projector, or with PC or Mac. But they give you full motion HD, and what that means is that full motion, we talk about 30 frames per second type of smoothness and frame rate, and at the same time, when it's at 720p HD, it gives you fairly decent clarity. So virtually any document or object can be put under this camera be shown pretty clearly in classrooms. So right now I can connect this to a TV. I have a TV here. I'm going to connect the VGA cable. And this camera does require an external power source. So I'm going to connect this power adapter, and it's flipped on. And there we have an image. It's not focused yet, so let me focus on this a little more. With the menu focus, and you see this is at about 1024 by 768, often called the 768p resolution. And you can see this, the motion is completely smooth, without any delay, without any blurriness. Next, if we zoom in onto the object, let's say this is a US quarter. So let it zoom in. There you have a clear image of a US quarter, the back of it. There's also an interesting thing. We used, at a trade show, we used this $5 bill to demonstrate how much fine detail this document camera can capture. And let me demonstrate it here. Most people don't know that in the back of the $5 bill there are a lot of fine prints, tiny details like this. The 05s are clearly shown here, and this is not even the highest resolution of this camera. This we're looking at just about like a quarter of the resolution this camera can deliver. But you can see the 05s here are very clear. And if you look more closely, on the top of Lincoln Memorial, actually, there are 28 state names written across. And it's also shown here fairly clearly. We can read, here, Nevada, Nebraska, Colorado, North Carolina, Hampshire, Virginia.